Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. It is early February around here. Nope, around everywhere. It's early February. Everywhere you go, believe it or not. Last week I went over to my dad's. My dad's is probably my favorite place on planet Earth. It has been for a very long time. It is the most beautiful place that I could possibly think of that I've ever actually been to. It's an old, well, I'm going to go ahead and let my dad tell you what his place is.
What are you doing?
You give them names yet? You give them names yet?
Yeah, the one here is Gabby.
Gabby. This one's Gabby.
That's Duchess.
Duchess. Gabby and Duchess. They're just in their own world. They don't even care. If you ain't got treats, they don't want nothing to do with you. You want to tell me about your place?
Yeah, it's a couple acres. Used to be an old chicken farm. We had 3,000 chickens, 2,000 eggs a day. Delivered them all around the area, mostly to restaurants. Then just wasn't making any money, so like a lot of farms shut down. And I've been farming and got a little shop space, I guess, in the buildings. And so been growing out here for about 10 years. Had the idea because I thought I grew great dahlias. As it turns out, they weren't all that great, but I enjoyed it. I thought maybe I could make a little money selling flowers, so started raising cut flowers. And so right now we're at the beginning of the season and looking forward to a good year.
What do you got going on here?
This is all Nicotiana that's left over. This garden here is kind of self-sowing. I just let it go until all the seeds fall off of it, and then it sows itself the next year, and I don't have to plant it.
It's my kind of garden.
Kind of what this is, mixed in with a lot of perennials, some 9 bark, and some other things, viburnum.
And this used to be a chicken pen, right?
Yes, actually there were chickens in here for about 3 years, and they picked away every green thing that was in here, and of course they pooped all over the place, and they actually did pretty good. There's some weeds in here that aren't in here that are in other places of the property, and so that just makes me think that they, having them in here for so long, took care of it. Like bindweed. There's no bindweed in here for some reason, and it's just everywhere else. Only thing I can come up with.
It's the chickens.
The chickens. God bless them.
Yep. They turn grass into eggs.
They look good in arrangements, that big curly Q thing and that big
Oh, they're
flower.
super awesome.
Yeah. But I won't have any if I don't plant them.
That is true.
So those are all right now daffodils and tulips that were planted last fall. This bed will be for, haven't figured it all out. And these tulips here are all volunteers. I thought I pulled them all last year, but as you can see, I didn't get them all.
Few left behind.
Few left behind, which is fine. They'll be done probably second week in April, and I'll be able to pull them and plant something else in here. Another row of dahlias to go along with those two. And this bed is going to be basically for perennials. Eucalyptus down there, columbine, I have some Alexander going there, and so I'll just reserve that for perennial type stuff. And this area with the silage tarp on it is probably going to be for mostly for vegetables. We'll pull part of this up today, see what it looks like, maybe get the garlic in. And there's a whole row of dahlias that are coming down here and up and around the corner.
Can't see. The sun.
And those, of course, are artichokes there. They're doing pretty good.
They're mighty tasty.
And so underneath the caterpillar tunnel is ranunculus. And they're doing quite well. Just kind of keeping the frost off of them and keep them a little bit warmer. And then there's a ton of lilies, sweet William, peonies, iris, delphinium, and stuff.
And stuff.
Crocosmia. All right, let's see what's up.
So today we're planting some garlic. It is not too late apparently. We got a lot to choose from.
Sure do. Gotta shuck them.
We gotta shuck them?
Shuck them.
But you still have the paper, right? You're just talking about like...
A lot of paper might come with it.
Good or bad?
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah, you know, like there, it's half got, you know, but
Yeah.
it's ready to roll.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have to overwinter, so I guess the paper's probably not as important, huh?
No. Some of these are pretty nice.
Yeah, they are. Are these ones you grew last year?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know how you don't eat them all.
Good. I tried. I didn't pickle any, but
These are like garlic.
I made tome.
Tome, what's that?
Tome is kind of a creamy garlic. It's a Lebanese condiment, I guess you would call it.
Oh, cool.
It's like a garlic mayonnaise.
Garlic mayonnaise. That sounds amazing.
It's pretty good.
So these are these elephant garlic or are these just the hard
No,
neck?
they're just hard neck. I forgot the variety of them, but
They're
doesn't matter.
huge.
Some of these have been going for quite a few years.
Yeah. These are gigantic. I don't know if you can see it from here, but I mean, they're, what is that, like 2 inches long? 2.5 inches?
I can't stand peeling those California ones with all those freaking little.
The little, like, teeny tiny ones?
Yeah.
They're awful.
Yeah. I mean, these you just peel off. I'm sure there's a difference in taste, but I'm not that much of a fan of.
I don't think that California garlic is grown for taste, so I think these are probably superior. They're definitely going for production. Oh, this one's starting to sprout.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised the way I stored these. I wasn't too particular that they're still hanging in there pretty good.
Yeah.
And these have been, well, shoot, I pulled those probably 1st of August.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Robert's going to be really excited. We thought we were done. We thought we couldn't do garlic yet this year.
Yeah, I've done it both ways.
But yeah, we thought we were done, so I know Robert's going to be jumping on this. I hope we can find the seed garlic. We can just get the stuff out of the store. Never mind. What am I talking about? So when you're doing these, are you particular at all? Like, do you just go through and eat the smaller ones and save the bigger ones, or try to, or what do you do?
I don't know, a little bit of both. I just go out there, grab one, and start chopping it down, and then this is kind of what's left. And now it's time to get it in. Of course, I don't eat this much, but at the same time, the garlic scapes do go good in arrangements. So
Yeah.
I want plenty of them.
I won't turn down any that you offer in August. How about that?
Yeah.
You can grow as many scapes as you want.
Yeah, these are nice.
They're gorgeous. They're huge. You don't get this in the store. No wonder you go through the trouble of growing them. They're amazing. Not that they're that much trouble. Like, do you even do anything with them? You just
Some of
plant?
these, see, that's starting to go south.
Yeah.
But that's the first one over it, so
I
I'm gonna junk that.
Oh, am I supposed to be throwing this on the floor? I haven't thrown it back in the bin.
Yeah, just throw it down here.
Okay.
I'll throw it over in the garden bed and watch it grow through the summer.
Throwing it back in here, sorry. Oh, this is a baby one.
Yeah.
It's starting to root. Look.
Yep. It's time.
It is. It's ready. It's saying, plant me, plant me. I want to grow. He's calling you, I think.
Ah!
Eagle, up there.
Oh! Oh, look at that!
2 of them, 3 of them. So what are we doing with these?
I think I'm just gonna go along here. Got 2 bowls in there. There is a bowl living here.
Yeah. Am I just plopping them in where you're putting the holes?
Drop them in. Try to get down there.
Okay.
So, look at the hazards of a silage tarp is that the voles really like it.
They do.
I was warned. It's true. So the only thing I found is these sonic spikes.
They don't just go in, you have to auger them in.
Yeah, you can't feel any of those. There it goes. Put it in there. Put another one in down here.
What zone are you in?
Huh?
What zone are you in?
I am zone 8A or so.
I'm 8B.
Yeah.
I think. You know, the only thing that dictates is how cold it gets in the winter. It's nothing to do with like the times that you can start. Nothing like I just found that out the other day. I didn't know. It's just whatever. Yeah. So planting garlic zone 8A in February 3rd, beginning of February.
Yep.
You can do it.
Show them the deer grading.
Sure. So, you want to explain it? You'll explain it better than I will.
Well, I put this in a couple of years ago. It's supposed to be deer grading to keep the deer out, kind of like a cattle grate. And the way I've got it set up, it's about 95% effective, which is not good enough. So it slows them down, but still at the same time, I have to put a barrier across here. It keeps my sheep out, but yeah. I'm fairly happy with it. It needs to be deeper. It needs to be at least 2 feet deep.
Yeah, it's
and the
dug in.
pipes need to be spread out just a little bit so they
What's
can't
that, like a foot?
step through it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just a concrete. What would you even call that?
Concrete pit.
Pit. There you go. About a foot deep. And the boards to help you get through part of it, I guess. It's cool. And cattle panel seals the deal.
Coming out, girly girls.
So what made you want to get sheep?
Huh?
What made you want to get sheep?
I didn't want to mow so much. Yep. And so now I don't have to mow that, and I don't have to mow that. They take care of it all. It's what they do, is just eat grass.
Yeah,
Good at it.
that there.
That's all they do all day long, is just eat grass. Yeah, they might lay down in the afternoon and chew their cud. And most times they do take a nap.